Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Little Steakhouse for today's lunch with Coach Monty Coleman, broadcasted live on 89.7 KUAP. If you have any questions for Coach Coleman or the players, you can give us a call at 870-575-UAPB or 870-575-8272. Or you can hit us up on Twitter at UAPB Lions Roar. This past Saturday, the Golden Lions traveled to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to take on Southern University for their homecoming as the Jaguars defeated the Golden Lions 51-36 at A.W. Mumford Stadium. UAPB linebacker Willie Duncan III led the Golden Lions in tackles with 14. This week, UAPB will have a bye, but will travel to Grambling, Louisiana to take on Grambling State next weekend on Saturday, October 18th at Eddie Robinson Stadium in a 2 p.m. kick as they participate in their second of 4 homecoming games this season. At this time, we ask the players to introduce themselves to the media. Name, hometown, and position. Starting with Mr. Duncan.
How you doing? I just want to thank everybody for having me. I'm Willie Duncan from Detroit, Michigan. I play linebacker.
Marcus Berry, Alexandria, Louisiana, defensive end.
All right, at this time, we ask the players to give opening comments about last week's contest against Southern, starting with Mr. Berry.
You know, coming off a loss, I mean, you really just don't know what to think, but I mean, it was just a tough game, you know, and we just moved forward from it.
Mr. Duncan?
Our coaches did a good job of actually breaking down the film. Literally everything they did, we saw, and I recognized almost every play. Just we got to execute, and continue to get better.
All right, at this time, we ask the players to talk about the bye week this week. Mr. Berry?
Really just going to still have practice, go through normal routine. Nothing really is going to change. And we just prepare for Grambling.
All right, Mr. Duncan?
We're going to have practice. We're going to focus on Grambling. It helps to have an extra week. We're going to actually help, work on our craft. We got to get better.
All right, at this time, we're bringing the top dog himself to the stage, head coach Monty Coleman.
Thank you. I want to welcome everybody here and thank you for your support here at the Little Steakhouse. Once again, it's very bitter defeat to Southern this past weekend. I know for a fact we were prepared for the competition. We went down. We were focused. We played well, but 2 weeks in a row, Jackson State in this game here against Southern were games, basically we gave up 2 big plays, spotted them 14 points, and it's hard to come back against any team with the 14 points. I thought the team played hard, with the exception of the 2 plays, the 1 kickoff return for a touchdown. And second play of the game, they hit us for a 79-yard touchdown pass, which was disheartening. 14 points is a lot of points. And to spot teams like Southern and Jackson State and Alabama State and teams like that with these points, it's hard to overcome those. Thought we had a great game plan for the most part. We played according to the game plan. But we got to eliminate those plays. If we take away the 79-yard pass play, the long kickoff return, according to the stats, we're pretty much equal with Southern, and actually won in a lot of categories. We did cut down on penalties. We only had 5 penalties in this game, which is good compared to other games. So it's a sad week for us because it was a game that we thought we could have won and possibly even should have won, but we hadn't stopped playing now. Anything could happen. That's our first loss on the West. So the thing that we're going to do is try to play. We'll play the rest of these games, and at worst come out with a winning record of 6-5 by winning all 5 of these games, and just continue to play hard. We had a team meeting yesterday. We had to lay down some more rules and some more laws with the team, and I think the team will be focused. We'll take some time off this week, a little contrary to what the two players said. This week will be focused on us for the most part. We will do some work toward Grambling, but we're going to get back to the basics, go back and see what we're doing wrong, and have this week pretty much dedicated to us as we let some of the guys that's got some little small injuries heal up to be ready to play against Grambling.
All right, at this time, we open up for Q&A. We ask that you raise your hand to be recognized and step to the podium. And for your listeners out there, if you have any questions for Coach Coleman or the players, give us a call at 870-575-UAPB or 870-575-8272, or you can hit us up on Twitter at UAPB Lions Roar. Yes, Mr. Morrell.
Coach, one thing Coach Ray said yesterday in the teleconference was, you guys are still in the process of incorporating a lot of parts and putting the pieces together. Is that the way you see it as far as the performance of this ball club is concerned?
It has something to do with it, I see. This has been third offensive coordinator. Coach Jones' style of offense is a little bit different than the other two, Coach Mack and Coach Dooley. They were pretty much all spread. Coach Jones runs the pro-style offense. So yeah, there's not confusion, but there's a learning curve that we're going through right now with this offense. The guys are putting the effort in. It's just some of the small things that's sticking out right now that we hadn't been able to get over the hump. I think once we get over the hump, and it can happen very easily this week, and remain there for the remainder of the season, you're going to see some great things out of this offense. And all you got to do is track Coach Jones's track record when he was at Alabama A&M.
Willie, did the game seem like a tale of two halves for you? I mean, right there at halftime, and then something starts to pull away right there.
I mean, like Coach said before, it was big plays that we gave up. I mean, it was nothing new that we haven't seen. We've seen everything they was going to do. Nothing was new. We just got to execute.
Right. I mean, at 1-4, I guess this is still not panic mode for you guys?
No, by no means. By no means. We won't hit panic mode. Yeah. Now, urgency? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's an urgency mode, and that's what we're in right now. Yeah. And we still have our eye on the big prize, which is the championship game. Yeah. Realistically, we're not sure, but anything can happen. Sure. But to have that winning record, if we can go through and win these 5 games that we have remaining, that'll give us a 6-5 or actually we got 6 games left. Yeah. So that's even better. Have a 6-4 season, and like I said, anything can happen after that.
Sure. Thank you.
Any more questions? Yes, sir. Please step to the podium.
Coach Bubba, Pettigrew, avid fan.
Yes.
A couple of questions. You've said in the past that the object on defense is to keep the team, I think you said, at 7, to keep their team from scoring 17 points or anymore. Yes. Right. Now, I noticed that even though we had those fluke plays at the beginning of the game, we got ahead. Is there something that can be done? I don't know where we lost it. Are you addressing that?
Yeah, you know what, Bubba, and you hit it around the head. They finished with 51 points, but it's kind of a blur to me. I remember the first 14, and after that, I don't know how they scored. I think the defense is playing hard. We've eliminated a lot of the missed tackles like we had early in the season because we are working more on our tackling drills in practice. The thing that we've got to do is it's not just the defense, it's also special teams. We can't give an offense short field position. So there's a lot of factors involved, and the thing that we're trying to do is we're going to continue to play hard-nosed defense, try to tackle better, capitalize on some of the mistakes that they're making. The ball was on the ground 3 times, and we got one of those fumbles. We did get an interception. We turned the ball over once, so we won the giveaway takeaway in this particular ball game. So the thing that we've got to do is just be a little more stingy. You're absolutely right. We feel like if we can hold our opponents to 17 points or less, we should win the football game. And the thing that we've got to do is just play just a little bit harder on defense. Now, we're still young. We're very young. We've got about 5 guys that hadn't played or freshmen that's playing on the defense, so we're young. And with that, going to come some mistakes, but I think the guys are playing real hard right now for us.
Now, when you said we've got to play a little harder, may I add to that a little smarter and harder? Now, let me tell you what I'm alluding to. I noticed a good thing is that turnovers. We seem like in this game we created more turnovers, the defense did, than in the past.
Yes.
And I'm hoping to see, like now I'm just a spectator. But I noticed that when athletes come in, when defensive men come in to make a tackle, they got a swipe move, or they punch the ball. And I thought that we did more of that, and I'm hoping that we can see more of that, raise more havoc in the backfield, like our defensive end just staying in there and just disrupting the backfield. Willie doing a good job. If we can continue to do that and escalate on it and find ways to dislodge that ball, I think that we'll have opportunities to create turnovers. Absolutely. And help hold them to less points.
And that's also one of our goals also, Bubba, going into all of our football games is to win the giveaway takeaway. And what I mean is we want to take the ball away from the offense. The defense do. We want to take the ball away. And if we can do that consistently and successfully against teams, then we're giving our offense also a short field. And the thing with the offense, we don't want to turn the football over. We want to be very smart when we're running the football. We want to be very smart when we're passing the football, not to have the giveaways, the interceptions or the fumbles. Because at the end of the day, that's one of the stats that I do chart and I look at in some of the successful defenses around football, being in the pros or being in college or being in high school. The teams that win the giveaway takeaway ratio are teams that have pretty good defenses. And right now we're probably even as far as our giveaway takeaway, but what I would like to see is us like +5, +6 or better, the meaning that we're taking the ball away and we're giving it back to the offense to go and score.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions for Coach or the players? All right, once again, we'd like to thank you for coming out and having lunch with us.
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead, Coach.
I would like for our Golden Line Nation to join in with our football team. Coach Anthony Jones, my offensive coordinator, he's been with us this year. I had a tragic phone call to him yesterday from his wife. I won't go into a lot of details, but he lost his younger son. He was 16 years old, and he lost his son yesterday. And it's a very, very trying time for he and his family. It's a very, very trying time for us around Golden Line Stadium. And I just ask for all of us to band together and pray for Coach Jones and his family as they go through this moment of bereavement. So please send your prayers out to Coach Jones, and we thank you for your prayers.
All right. Once again, we'd like to thank you for coming out and having lunch with us. Just a reminder, your Lady Lions volleyball team will be in action this Friday, October 10th, as they welcome Grambling State to the H.O. Clemens Arena and a 7 p.m. start. As we look forward to seeing you there to cheer your Lady Lions on to victory. Let's give Mr. Tony Dowell a round of applause for letting us come out to the little steakhouse this afternoon. Once again, we thank you for coming out and have a wonderful Golden Lion Day. Coach and the players are available for one-on-ones.